You know, it's funny how life can put you in a tight spot. That moment you need to pay for something, and you just don't have it on hand. A story like that happened to Peter, one of Jesus's dearest friends. And the way Jesus handled it, well, it was something else. It all happened in a little town called Capernaum right there on the sea. Jesus and his friends were there taking a rest, I suppose. And that's when a couple of men came up to Peter. They were the ones who collected the temple tax. Now, this wasn't a tax for the government. It was a special offering everyone gave once a year to help take care of the temple in Jerusalem. So, these men asked Peter, plain and simple, "Your teacher, does he pay the temple tax?" Well, Peter, wanting to do right by Jesus, didn't even hesitate. He said, "Oh yes, of course he does." Then Peter went on into the house where Jesus was. He was probably turning it over in his mind how to bring it up, but he didn't have to. Jesus spoke first. He knew exactly what was on Peter's mind. He just looked at Peter and asked him, "What do you think? When the kings of this world collect their taxes, who do they collect from? Is it their own children or is it from everybody else?" And Peter said, "Well, from other people." "Exactly," Jesus told him. "So the children don't have to pay." What he was saying, you see, is that as the Son of God, he wasn't really required to pay a tax on his Father's house. But then he said, "Still, we don't want to stir up any trouble, so we'll pay it." He just chose to keep the peace, to be a humble example. The only thing was, they needed the money, and I'll tell you, the way Jesus decided to get it was not what you'd expect. He looked at Peter, the fisherman, and said, "Go on down to the lake and throw in your line. The very first fish you catch, open its mouth. You'll find a coin in there. Take it and pay the tax for both of us." I can just imagine what Peter was thinking. A coin in a fish's mouth? It just doesn't happen, but he had seen Jesus do so many wonderful things. So he trusted him. He went down to the water, cast his line, and he waited. Before long, he felt a tug on the line. He pulled it in, and there it was, the first fish. He must have held his breath as he carefully opened its mouth. And right there was a single silver coin. It was the exact amount they needed, enough for Jesus and enough for Peter too. You know what I love about this little story is how it shows that God provides, sometimes in ways you could never dream up. It also makes you think how Jesus chose to be gentle and thoughtful instead of making a fuss about being right. And that quiet miracle, finding a coin in a fish, it's a gentle reminder of who he is, that he has his hand on everything, even the smallest parts of his creation. It tells me that even in the middle of our everyday worries, something wonderful is always possible.